Hi, I'm Daniel. This is the TriathlonDan YouTube channel. I'm here today with Jono at We Buy Cycle. Morning, Jono. Thank you very much for your time today. We're here today to talk about some bikes, but today's video is a little bit different because what normally happens when I come here is I go, oh, that's cool, that's cool, that's cool, well, that's expensive, what can I pick? And we do videos about all the really exciting bikes, and then the majority of them are gone a few weeks afterwards because they're sought after bikes.
Yeah, of course.
We did a video on this bike a year or so ago. I really like it, but it's still here, it's not sold. So I thought in this video we'd perhaps talk about a bike that you've had for a little while and that hasn't sold, and perhaps some of the reasons as to why. And maybe people watching this video could let us know what do you think it either is or isn't good about this bike, and why would or wouldn't you buy it? I'm immediately torn to the colour. So perhaps John, tell us what it is. It's a BMC, but what
it's Time Machine Road, isn't it? So it's the Time Machine where they essentially turn their time trial bike into a road bike for an aero race bike, basically.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they slacken the geometry a little bit from the time trial bike.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is what they came up with.
Yeah. The frame does look very similar, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Now, if I want to look around this and some things that I do and don't like, feel free to tell me I'm wrong. The bottles are shaped into the bottle cages, sort of into the frame. Yeah. That's pretty cool. Yeah. And more modern race bikes are all doing that, really, aren't they?
Yeah,
And this is a few years old now, this bike, isn't it?
220, I think.
Yeah, so really that's good tech for its time.
Yeah.
Something I don't particularly like. I like the semi-integrated cockpit in that the stem is separate to the bars, so you can change the stem length without buying new bars, but it is a fully aero top tube. Now I'm in a niche where I like putting clip-on bars on bikes, right?
I think there is an option though.
Is there?
I think there is an option where you can get the
some BMC bars.
Yeah.
Okay.
From BMC.
Don't talk me into it, please.
Again, quote me if I'm wrong, people, because I don't know, but I'm sure there is an option.
Yeah. Okay. Wheelset wise, talk me through what these wheels are and any thoughts you got about the wheels.
They're BMC's own brand, so CRD is BMC's own brand, so they're decent quality, well, high quality wheels really, with the BMC sort of thing on them. So they've got internal nipples, so slightly more aero than other wheels.
You've said this to me a few times and I've always gone, oh cool. I've actually looked at the data, it's something like 3 watts a wheel, isn't it, supposedly, that nipples make. So yeah, okay, cool.
The hubs, I believe, are DT Swiss. Decent hubs, as we know. So yeah, as a wheel package, they're good. They are good, but they're not branded up.
Yeah.
They don't really pay a massive lot of attention to the branding. I don't think. Obviously, it just says CRD 501 there. They're probably a bit shallow for this bike, really, if that was your thing.
Is it a bit like the Cervelo and Reserve thing, like Reserve is Cervelo's brand, but people perhaps don't have the same infatuation with Reserve? But they've
put a lot of time into Reserve, haven't they now? People really like that Reserve wheel thing.
You see it in the World Tour, don't you? So
and they've put a lot of marketing behind it and pushed it and told people how good they are.
Yeah.
Whereas I don't know that BMC ever did or have with this.
So that could be a put off some people, the wheels.
Could, because they don't know what they are, for example. Yeah.
Have you thought about, like, obviously you have loads of bikes in here, loads of wheels and stuff. Have you thought about swapping them out and seeing if it sells any better or not? Or?
We haven't.
No.
But this bike, we just can't understand why it wouldn't sell as it is. Di2.
Yeah.
Carbon wheels.
Yeah.
Really nice frame set. It's got everything, internal routing. It's got everything that would normally sell a bike to somebody. Just not sold.
What about BMC as a brand? Like, do you buy and sell lots of them, or they're not as infrequent?
They do seem a bit tricky. We had a couple of really high-end team machines last year, and they were a bit sticky.
Yeah. You had one brand new, top-end, full-spec one, didn't you? Yeah.
Yeah, we did. Which went, but it went for a price which you just think that should be a couple of grand more than that, really.
Which then puts you off buying any more in, doesn't it, really?
Yeah, a little bit. Okay. Well, it gives you, when you're sort of offering for bikes and things,
because you can't sell it.
It gives you that kind of straight up, oh, it's a BMC, it's a this brand, or that Merida's another one. Although, somebody was telling me that absolutely loves Merida. Loves the brand, does really well with them, and Not that I don't like the brand, I've told you before, haven't I? I really like the brand, we just don't sell them.
Yeah.
So it's a similar sort of thing, I don't know, it might be that, it might be a BMC thing.
Yeah, okay. So this bike, the frame set is in really good condition. I can't see any damage on it or marks on it. Group set, again, looks like it's in very good condition. It's not a brand new group set, is it? It is used, but again, however, it is 11 speed. So are we perhaps thinking people don't want this because it is 11 speed on 12? Yeah.
Potentially. It's got the rotor crank set as well, which personally I think are really nice cranks.
Yeah.
But again, it might put people on. I don't know why it would. But
yeah, I think if I was buying a bike and I didn't know about different components, you know when you buy some bikes and they're like part Shimano group set, so you'll get a Shimano group set, but you might have an entry level FSA crank and it's seen as a downgrade, that's the negative. Some people might think that that's the case with this.
Well, it is a Vegas one, not an Aldo, which, so it's rotor's entry level.
Yeah.
But it's still a good crank. It's better than those what you've just mentioned about FSA.
Yeah. So then finally, cost-wise, Jono, this bike's up for £2,895. I know that has come down over the last year or so. Looking at what you've got in stock and other bikes on the market, I think that's competitive, but clearly there's something going wrong somewhere because it's still here, but what do you think?
I think that's a really good price for that bike. I mean, I think there is something to be said for the market at the minute with road bikes and bikes in general. Just a lot of discounting, you can get deals here, there and everywhere on new bikes. And you know, people might opt to go for that new bike on finance and finance it over time rather than buy the second-hand bike that little bit cheaper. But as a deal, I can't see why someone wouldn't go for this bike. It's really good.
But let us know if you were in the market for an aero road bike and you'd pick something else over this. Why are you doing that? What's the key thing for you? If you could let us know down below, that'd be helpful, I'm sure, wouldn't it?
Would, because we don't know.
Yeah. If I think about why would I not buy it, like I'd be dead interested in something like this. My only holdback is I don't want to spend £3,000 on a bike that I'm only going to ride on the Club Chain Gang and around Darley Moor.
Yeah.
But if I was in the market for one like this, I'd be tossing up between this and like a Canyon Aero you've got in stock and other stuff, and this is actually cheaper than those other things. So
absolutely.
That would draw me. The 11 speed wouldn't put me off because wheel sets I can swap around and stuff, and I don't actually think 12 speed is a massive advantage for the riding that on our area.
Well, I mean, the only thing you get with 12 speed is the semi-wireless situation where it's slightly easier at the front, but even so, I mean,
once it's only a pain when you're building it, isn't it? Once it's in, it's in.
Absolutely,
Okay, all right. Thanks very much, Jono.
No problem.